taking a bullet that wasn't aimed at you. See, everything in this world got an aim, and everything got a concentration. So whatever you're aiming for, you have a target. So once you mastermind that piece and mastermind that target is practice, target practice. So this means that wherever you're paying attention to, gonna grow. However much time and efficiency that you put into that energy, all of a sudden it's gonna grow. One day it's gonna be nurtured and cherished when you get accustomed and a firm hold towards it. So remember, every day is always some shit happening in your life. And your life is important. So you need to protect your life and protect the situations that's in your life. Because of course, 10 times out of 10, everybody experiences midlife crisis. But now is the time to make sure that these scenarios are not being admitted into your surroundings. Because how you see life and how you perceive life is how things is being rotated towards you in this world. So wherever you're basically paying attention towards, it can pretty much open a portal. And you know what a portal is. A portal is a form, and of course it becomes shape, and it becomes energy. 10 times out of 10, a portal starts with whatever's on your mind and whatever's catering towards your mind. Then it's going to have certain colors. See, some people have good portals. It's beautiful and bright. And some people portals be very dim, very dark. See, if you have clear sight and clairvoyance to know how portals are being deprived, then you will know the energetic force and the energetic force field to know where to be in and to know where to be out. Just like how they say, don't get caught lacking in the field. And of course, aura fields don't have a name. It don't have a specific person. It's just riding the wave. It's riding the current. So of course, if it's matching and coming along with how it's being presented from the person, that sunlight, that aura is going to trap. And of course, anybody in that area is going to feel the rapture, which means that you're going to be guilty by association. So whoever you're associating yourself with, or whoever you're next to or close to, what's going to happen is you as an individual, in a sense or not in a sense, you will experience that rapture. This is a scenario where don't get caught up. Because when you get caught up into some shit, the only thing that's going to happen in that situation is an experience. And of course, every day we're going to be learning through experiences in life. So that's why it's key and element to know what you're getting yourself into. And to make sure that whatever you're paying attention to is for your best interests. So that means that whatever's going on every day within the 23 hours of the days these two eyes are open, you're paying attention to things. The eyes is the key to the soul. So whatever you're paying attention towards, everything is going to basically reflect the eye. And remember, the image is what you're creating and what you're going to basically experience whenever you experience these expressions that you're basically going to be going through. It's going to be some currents. It's going to be some waves. It's going to be some waves. And you don't want to put yourself into a wave where you don't want things to like merry-go-round around you. So that means that you have to have your own roller coaster. You got to have your own wave. And if you ain't got your own roller coaster and your own wave, then you're going to get onto somebody else's roller coaster. And it's going to be an uncomfortable wave scenario for you. Which means it can be a tsunami for you. It can be a tornado for you. A hurricane for you. And of course, you just want the pool where you can be able to swim and have control. But if you keep getting into other people's scenarios and getting involved into certain areas, this is what you're going to allow what's going to happen into your life. Things that you do not expect or want to expect is going to start happening to your life. So that's why it's very important to protect your mind and protect your eyes to whatever you're paying attention to. Because remember, whoever you associating yourself with, 10 times out of 10, this can also be your partner. Sometimes your partner may not even have their best interest towards you. You could just be in a situation of just being with an individual, and this individual may not even be what they truly say they was in the beginning. Yeah, it's all cool and fun and wonderful in the beginning, but once you start to basically be around this person for too long, you start to see certain colors and certain real personality traits of the person. So it's up to you to still pick and choose and decide whether you still want to be with this person, around this person, or if you want to put yourself into a position where you can pretty much accommodate or accumulate certain areas with this individual, 10 times out of 10 that's going to become a job. Because if the person can't check themselves before they wreck themselves, then you're going to be wrecking yourself every day. And you're going to be pretty much trying to check for areas where you should basically be trying to do your best. But it should be a teamwork, dreamwork effort. So if y'all two can't basically get along or establish a connection or a call or a line where y'all can just go online and just pretty much work out favors, then this relationship right here is a rapture, which means you're going to get wrapped inside someone's insecurities, someone's toxic energy, and someone's negativity of energy. So you don't want to put yourself in that box, because remember, being in the box is like pretty much going after a bullet that wasn't aimed for you. So these bullets and these guns is not aimed at you. Don't be a superhero or superwoman or superman to put yourself into a predicament of saving someone. Someone want to be saved, they'll save themselves. Never put yourself into a situation of trying to force someone out of a situation. They just need that experience to experience. And of course, experience is experiment. So of course, you're going to go through the experience. You're going to have experiments to make sure that those experiments that you're experiencing is not going to be an experience that's going to fuck up your experiment. Because remember, experiments is your mental. And whatever's on your mind is what you created. So wherever you basically penetrating your mind towards, that's how your sperm cells mentally is going to start attracting certain energies and pretty much catering towards the light. Remember, your mind creates light, creates hemispheres. So certain temperaments that's on your mind can cause explosions and, of course, make you go crazy. That's why it's important to protect your mind. And, of course, if someone that's around you can't protect their mind, then these are selfish individuals, because they allow themselves to come outside and, of course, throw their rapture towards other people, which means express themselves. Yeah, it's cool to connect with people, talk to people, but things is, if that person don't got a responsibility of taking care of their goddamn self, then of course you're gonna become the parent, aka you're gonna become the babysitter. You're gonna be babysitting somebody's mind, babysitting somebody's intellect, the way they feel about things, and of course you ain't got time for this shit. You got your own life going on. You got your own responsibilities, your own duties, your own obligations. Now you're about to basically accumulate and pregnant another situation into your life. This is just pretty much make things even more worse and more chaotic. Now things in life will start to become a burden. You start to basically be unsatisfied. And of course, this can pretty much torment on your health. Because now you're going to start feeling certain ways about this individual and how they basically start to express themselves when you're having an intimacy and a connection. And of course, this connection get real deep and real personal, because now, 10 times out of 10, the more you stay yourself into that secluded area and that rapture, what starts to happen is you start to experience what this person going through, which means that you were so inclined to basically seeing what's going on with the individual. Now you going through the experiences. Now you going through these reflections and things of that matter. And of course, it's kind of like putting yourself into the wrong element. Now you know everything was going well and smooth for you in the beginning. Now that you put yourself out there, you're very vulnerable right now to basically carrying dead weight with you. Of course, you don't want to be carrying no dead weight with you. You're carrying dead weight with you. It's very hard to basically get rid of this shit, because now you're already trying to get rid of your weight and make things light as possible for you. Now you got another responsibility and burden on your back, which can create all sorts of fucking chaotics and havoc in your life. And you don't want this thing to basically be rectified in that area. So it's very important to basically get you a box and learn how to trap energy. Trapping energy is important. We trap energy every day. Sometimes we trap certain ideas, trap certain feelings, trap certain energetic poles that we basically trying to accumulate and basically attract back into our lives. So the key is to make sure that whatever you're trapping is things that's gonna work in your favor and work in your best interest, because you gotta use this world like it's a bitch. You gotta use your life like it's a bitch. You gotta use everything that you see around you like a bitch, because of course you ain't fucking that bitch right, which means you're not putting yourself into the right penetration, and that bitch is not going to basically bring you real gold and real treasure. The bitch is going to bring you problems. Of course, we all got 99 problems, good problems or bad problems, but we don't need no more problems that's going to basically accumulate and get more heavy on our life, man. That's why you got to ask. You got to really be on some 21 question shit. You got to be aware of these things. And remember, you ain't got to be 21 questions to a person. You just got to ask yourself 21 questions sometimes and be like, wait, is this right for me? Should I be doing this? Should I be putting myself into the spectrum? Should I basically stay around? Should I do this? And remember, it's all about what you create. It's all about what you make of life. So if life is not how you want it to basically be, then remember, you have steps, doors, and keys to make sure that you're not trapped into that predicament or that circumstance. You can make your way up out of it. You can create your own heaven. You can basically make your own water work for you. Now, if you were allowing somebody else's waters to basically shatter on you, then of course things is gonna become toxic for you. And you don't want things to become toxic, because when things get toxic, things get out of line. Things don't have a firm base where you can walk on and stand on. Things get a little shaky. And of course, once you start shaking and getting shaky, that means you're going through an experience of nervousness and anxiety. And of course, once these two come together, all sorts of health issues and health problems start to basically develop in your life. And if you got health issues and health problems, there's things to get around that. And of course, but 10 times out of 10, it's never good to basically take a shortcut in life. Go with the full force. And of course, the more full forces that you basically endure and all the experiences that you accumulate, life will become better and life will become even more elevated for you. But if you keep basically trying to ride around and go around short obstacles and shit like that, then of course these obstacles is going to meet you another way, because you had on your mind that, okay, this is kind of difficult, but let me go around this. For me, you didn't even go face to face with it. You didn't even experience the punch or the hit back. You just allowed the shit to basically put a little fear in your heart. And you say, you know what, but 10 times out of 10, if you would have just went through that shit, you would have basically found you the pot of gold that you needed to basically get things rectified. But of course, if you keep allowing yourself to basically keep going around shit, and of course you ain't gonna never have the experience and the wisdom to put yourself into certain shoes to tell people what to do and what not to do. You'll be misleading people, misguiding people, saying, "Oh, don't do that. Just go around that. I mean, it make it more easier." No, sometimes a person just need to basically break a certain asteroid, break a certain rhythm, so they can basically see for themselves and see how they can basically put this experience in their treasure box. And of course, they have all the treasure tools. 10 times out of 10, they'll be the most person relied on to what to do and what not to do. So you gotta really pretty much have people experience life for who they truly want to experience it for, and not experience it just because someone told you, "Oh, you gotta do this and do that." No, just experience life and see life for what it truly is. And when you do this shit, you will see that basically that you as an individual, this is your life. You got the keys. You hold the keys to the doors. Remember, shortcuts is cool to experience and test. But 10 times out of 10, if you just go straight forward with things and not give up, then you will actually see that, okay, this is how it's truly safe. And remember, power and belief is key. And if you ain't got this in your recipe, then you're going to be creating more scenarios of eating bullshit, digesting bullshit, and of course, digesting certain things in your tummy to fuck shit up for you. Remember, if you ain't got the right ingredients, if you ain't got the right portion, if you ain't got the right sauce, you ain't got the right mixtures, you ain't got the right spices, and of course, your food ain't gonna be hitting. Them juices ain't gonna be hitting. Of course, if shit ain't hitting, then remember, ain't nobody gonna be in the kitchen. Ain't nobody gonna be saving or basically standing in line to basically make sure your food is good. Your food gonna be trash. And of course, this is where it gets to the point of don't be taking bullets for nobody. Because of course, when you do that shit, you pick up their trash and you digest their trash. And what happens if you digest somebody else's bullshit? Damn. Yeah, you know that.